Well, after yesterday's abrupt cancellation of the president's speech at the Lilian Ngoyi Memorial Lecture, the party is streaming ahead with its anniversary celebrations. Heading up preparations ahead of the party's annual January the 8th statement is Ramaphosa's deputy David Mabuza. His convoy will move to the grave of ANC Youth League leader Peter Mokaba for a wreath-laying ceremony. Siphamandla Goge has been following this story and joins us now. Sipha, thank you so much for joining us. You've had a hectic schedule along with the Deputy President. Any talk, as an aside, of what actually happened at the Lilian Ngoyi lecture yesterday?
Well, not here where we are in Mankweng. That is where the Deputy President of the ANC, David Mabuza, was leading the ceremony of wreath-laying. That discussion did not come up, but within the ANC structures is something that is doing the rounds. You know, that was a packed hall there. The ANC President, Ramaphosa, had to be whisked away by security and bodyguards simply because that event was non-compliant with the issue of COVID-19 regulations. So therefore, the President of the ANC, who is the President of the country, could not have been seen to be endorsing what could be termed an illegal gathering, which is breaking COVID-19 regulations. So he had to be removed from that gathering, something that angered some members of the ANC Women's League. You know that the ANC is deeply fictionalized. There are those who believe that in a way that was a snap. There are those who believe that the President did well by leaving that gathering because he would have been sending a very wrong message, whereas he's been very consistent in asking South Africans to adhere to COVID-19 regulations. So therefore, he couldn't have participated in an event that was breaking those regulations and protocols. So the cancellation of the Lilian Ngoyi Memorial Lecture in Lebowa Khomo Civic Center yesterday is causing some discomfort within some members of the ANC Women's League in particular. However, the general view is that it was a good decision not to continue with that. Now, the question is, what will happen today? Because ANC President Ramaphosa will have to go back to the same venue where he was asked to leave yesterday because that gathering was not complying with COVID-19 regulations. Today, he has to go there and address another memorial lecture on the late ANC Youth League President Peter Mokaba. So today, it remains to be seen whether that gathering organized by the ANC Youth League will comply with COVID-19 regulations.
Sipha, there has been some speculation that perhaps there was some kind of security threat rather than a COVID threat. Are those unfounded from where you are in a sort of close ANC top-level proximity?
Well, I can tell you pretty much that it would not be ideal to downplay those talks about security concerns. You know, ever since the July unrest, the burning of Parliament, or should I say fires at Parliament, and also the attack at the Constitutional Court, if you look at these events and others that have not been reported upon, you get a sense that the ANC's security and President Ramaphosa's security appears to be on high alert. Of course, they will never divulge to the nation and to civilians as to what is happening with the security situation, but you get a sense that something deeper is going on. You look at how they conduct themselves these days. In the past, President Ramaphosa's security detail has been very lenient and very friendly, even to the media, but these days you get a sense that they are trying by all means to keep people away from him. You can hardly get closer these days, and you get a sense that perhaps they know something that many people do not know, and you get a sense that the security situation around the president and around ANC top leaders is quite serious. But of course, yesterday we tried to ask Zizi Godwa, who is the one, by the way, who went into Lebowa Khomo Civic Center and whispered something to the president. Immediately after that whisper, the president had to leave, and we tried to ask Zizi Godwa, was it a security threat? Was it a security concern? Of course, Zizi Godwa is the deputy minister responsible for state security. He will never on record divulge that information that he shared with the president, but somehow you get a sense that yes, it was about COVID-19 regulations and non-compliance. However, it appears as if maybe there could be something going on also.
That's very interesting to hear your insight, because you're on the ground, and as you said, it was usually very easy to get the president's attention and you could get quite close to him for some kind of one-on-one session, and you're saying now that's just not possible. Moving on to the deputy president, with who you are actually assigned to today again, he's going to lay a wreath in commemoration of the late Peter Mokaba.
Yes, just concluded that aspect of the program. We are now at the Peter Mokaba house here. My colleague Joe Omane will show you leaders and members of the ANC Youth League are back here inside the Peter Mokaba home. Basically, they've come here after that wreath-laying ceremony. ANC Deputy President David Mabuza has left here now, but I pretty much can tell you that some leaders, including Zizi Kodwa, Ronald Lamula, Dakota Lekwete, have spotted them somewhere here. They are around. They were accompanying the Deputy President of the ANC, that is David Mabuza. He has spoken at length and strongly against corruption in the ANC. Now, that's the song that has been sung for many years by ANC leaders. In fact, he has said that the ANC will self-correct, the ANC will deal with rogue elements within the movement, what he calls criminals and thugs. He says the ANC will be able to get rid of them. Let's take a listen.
We're here again to recommit ourselves that we're going to rebuild and renew our movement. We're going to get rid of all rogue elements within the movement. Thugs, criminals. We're going to get rid of those people. We're going to get rid of all those leaders within the movement who are corrupt.
Sipha, a lot more self-reflection from David Mabuza and President Cyril Ramaphosa ahead of the January 8th statement than I've ever heard before.
Well, tomorrow you can expect to hear pretty much the same statement on self-correction. We will deal with factionalism, gatekeeping, we'll revive the ANC, but there are no concrete plans at this stage. But we expect tomorrow to get a wide-ranging January 8 statement covering a number of issues: COVID-19, economic recovery and reconstruction, unemployment, inequality, poverty, gender-based violence, policy issues such as land, energy and all other things. But David Mabuza, as the Deputy President of the ANC, says, well, the ANC is not corrupt, even though the Zondo Commission has pretty much painted a picture of a governing party that has received proceeds of corruption through state capture. Let's take a listen to David Mabuza.
The ANC is not corrupt. It's only individuals who are corrupt. We must reclaim the dignity of the ANC. The ANC is there to serve the people. And this organization belongs to the people. Let us restore, let us regenerate, let us renew the ANC.
All right, thank you there from Siphamandla Goge, our senior reporter who is in Limpopo with the Deputy President David Mabuza.